We now welcome JT Kouame-Yao onto the podcast. We're excited to have him. A linebacker transfer from Shepherd is joining JMU in a few weeks, I guess, with the academic calendar and how all that works. JT, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, we're excited to talk to you, especially your journey is really impressive and you don't see it all the time. I think we see a lot of like P4 transfers who come down maybe or some FCS guys who go up and you know a little about them. You can find their pro football focus data or some certain things. I know the D3 guys, sometimes it's hard to even get the accurate stats. So take us through your journey, how you got in contact with the JMU staff, and I guess who else was recruiting you, and what it's like to go from D3 to FBS.
Yeah, Shepherd is actually a Division II school.
D2, sorry.
Yeah, D2, no doubt. But I mean, you know, when I hit the transfer portal, I was really looking like a school like JMU. JMU is close to home. I live in Northern Virginia, and I'm not gonna lie. As soon as I hit the transfer portal, JMU was already in my mind. Like I already kind of knew where I wanted to go, stay close to home, and to me, is as soon as I put my tape out, I mean, which is like my resume, um, and I was sending out to coaches, and as soon as JMU hit me up, I was like, damn, I gotta make sure I get on a visit. I was talking to my folks, my people. I knew some players from JMU, and my coaches, I'm sure, got me right because the D line coach at JMU is actually used to coach at Shepherd. He actually used to coach at Shepherd, and
Awesome.
my linebacker coach at Shepherd knew him very well. Just I guess connections and everything lined up perfectly, and now I'm part of the team at JMU.
That's awesome, JT. And looking at it, your first team all PSAC, and PSAC's one of the premier Division II football conferences in the nation. I mean, it feels like Shepherd, Lock Haven, Slippery Rock. You got Kutztown. These are teams that are consistently kind of battling for the national championship in D2. And you were first team all conference. How did playing in the PSAC week in and week out prepare you for making this jump up to D1?
That's actually an awesome question because my freshman year I actually got to play with Tyson Bajan, which plays for the Bears.
Yeah.
So we actually ended up going to the Final Four, and just as a young college athlete coming in and playing with such great athletes on our team, I mean, I just started right away to compete, wanting to win. I mean, starving to be able to get my spot and be able to just do what I do and show people that my skills and how hard I work. But I mean, being able to play with those people in our team, which is super competitive at Shepherd, and our coaching staff, which is absolutely amazing, that really got to sit down with me and teach me a lot of things that I can bring on to JMU. But also, a lot of the teams we play, I mean, Shepherd is known to be a winning program, and this is actually what I really wanted to emphasize is that as soon as I got out of high school, I already knew I wanted to come to a winning program, because if you're surrounded by people that want to win, it's just about to happen, and you're about to get better, and this is what I was looking for, and just all these being at Shepherd, every game is like a championship game. Everyone wants to beat you. You're like the top dog, and every time you come on that field, you have to be ready. You have to be ready because winning is what you do, and people want to get that from you. And as soon as that part of my recruitment process, I knew JMU was a winning team. So I want to be part of that, and I want to keep winning. I want to keep getting better, and I can't wait for that.
I'm curious about your game specifically because I know you've got some really nice tackle numbers, tackles for loss. You had three interceptions though, and I think 2 years ago. So I
Yeah.
guess what are the strengths of your game? It seems like ball skills come pretty naturally, which you don't see a ton of linebackers with three interceptions in a season.
Yeah, no doubt. I do play linebacker, but in my mind, I'm really an athlete. I do play the specific position, but I do have a lot of skill set. I mean, from rushing the passer, from rushing off the edge, from coming down the middle, for being able to just make a lot of TFLs to interception, even to be able to cover. And I think that's what's really good about my game is that I'm not really a one-trick pony. I just have a lot of skills that I have, and being on the field, it makes it even more fun. Just being able to communicate with my teammates, and honestly, like I talk about my highlights that I was able to post in the transfer portal. I mean, it's really my resume, and when you look at it, anybody that has any knowledge or ball skills should be able to see that I'm really having fun out there. And I think that's a big part of it.
JT, I don't know if you watched a lot of JMU games last year. I mean, you're playing your own season and doing all of that, but JMU used a player, Kyrie Mans, a year ago. He got kind of the stand-up edge type of guy who would rush the passer a lot, would drop in coverage though as well. And it was kind of this hybrid, unique role in the Lyle Hemphill defense. How do you see yourself fitting into it? Are you kind of that unique hybrid stand-up guy, rushing the passer, but can drop back? Or are you more that traditional linebacker that can do it all?
I'm more of the hybrid type of guy. I'm more of a hybrid type of guy, you know. I mean, it even goes well with my training, the way I train, the way I emphasize things. Like I told you, like I just don't want to just I don't want to be stuck in a certain situations, you know.
Mhm.
Like I mean, when you talk about down and distance and you know, when you got first down, you do need your linebackers and traditional linebackers to be able to stop the run. But when it comes to third down, you still got to be able to have linebackers to be able to blitz. And you know, for me to be able to get that first conference in a PSAC, um, there's no way I could have stuck to just being a linebacker, you know. And me coming into JMU, I mean, my goal is to get as much awards that I can, you know, in my short amount of time that I have there. So yeah, I want to be that hybrid linebacker. I want to be able to help the team when we're in third and long. I want to be able to help the team when we're in third and short. You know, I want to be able to be on the field at all times, and no doubt that's what I want to do, and that's what I am.
You mentioned a couple times the film being your resume. What's it like when you initially send that out? I know you mentioned some schools like JMU maybe on your mind originally, but sending it out, is there that nervousness or is it more excitement of like, I put some pretty good stuff on tape. I'm excited for people to finally see this.
Yeah, yeah, literally, like I just put it out there, and like in the transfer portal, I didn't really. Yeah, I was a little stressed at first, just because of the change and how quick things were happening. But the truth is, I knew that as soon as I put my highlights out there, it should speak for itself. Like it should really speak for itself. And I take pride in my craft. And when I was going on a visit talking to my linebacker coach, that's really what I was emphasizing. I'm like, isn't like this is my resume. This is truly what I do, and I'm putting it out there. Like, and with all the hard work that I put in, this is the result. And even me looking at it, sometimes I'm even excited just because I know just so many different type of skill set. I mean, it's just playing football, man. Like anybody that loves playing the sport, I think if you watch my highlights, you should be excited too.
Were there any other teams you were thinking about other than JMU? I know you had a couple other offers. Were there any other schools making a big push at you?
Um, yeah, there was a school, I mean, just a little bit later on that just hit me up, and the coach was very excited about me. UCF actually hit me up, and this was a big school, but I was really looking at UTEP too, the
Hmm.
big program playing big teams. But I mean, JMU's right close to home, and I will not lie to you, they really took care of me on the visit, and they showed me a lot of love. I mean, from the beginning, you know, and honestly, as soon as I got the first call from JMU, I already knew I wanted to go there just from how they presented themselves to me, and I mean, I was blessed and I was very happy.
I was curious, your 2023, 2024 stats are incredible. You mentioned that first year and what it was like to be in a winning program and learning all those things and being there. What did you learn for those, I guess, second and third seasons that you were able to put so much production on the field? What were those off seasons like, the work you put in? I guess what did it take to get to the point you are now where you're going to be a player on a really quality group of five team?
Yeah, to me, it's more like the small details.
Mhm.
The small details turn into big details because you have so many small details that you have to work on. And to me, like I said, I'm an athletic dude. So a lot of the times when I'm on the field, yeah, my athleticism can cover a lot of those stuff. But if I do want to be great, I gotta understand that there's a certain time and place I need to be on the field to be able to make plays. And a lot of times it's not really about me to make plays, but sometimes and that's what I talk about a lot with my coaches back at Shepherd, is that to be a leader, yes, you do have to make plays, but to be a great leader, you also have to be able to make other people make plays, you know, and make other people be great, have an impact on other people. And I think that's one of the biggest things that I really changed about my game. And one other thing is that I actually started playing football in middle school, which is a little bit later
Yeah.
than other guys, which
Yeah.
which is actually a big thing about me. I was actually born in France, and moved here in 2015, which is almost 10 years from now.
Wow.
Um, so as soon as I came here, didn't speak no English, didn't have no knowledge of what football was. And I mean, I just started playing in the seventh grade. And like, honestly, even throughout my high school years, I didn't really have no knowledge about football at all. I just came out there and just played. Like, I really just was out there having fun. And when I got to Shepherd, that's when I really started sitting down with my coaches and we're like, I mean, my first year, like I said, I played with Tyson. We went all the way to the Final Four. I got to start, won the regionals. I mean, we had a huge year, but me as a freshman, I was really playing out there just as an athletic dude. I didn't really have no knowledge of what to do, but I really sat down and took my time in the film room with my coaches and really wanted to learn how things were covering. Um, um, we got formations, down and distances, these little things of how offensive coaches like to play. Second and short. What does a coach want to do? Throw a shot or just get the first down? Watching film, tendencies, little things like that. And that's why I really emphasized my game this year. And I was able to get a lot of TFLs, a lot of sacks, just seeing how the tackles kick, what they like to do, how the slide works, my rushing lanes, so my gaps when I have to fit the run, just all these little things. And I'm really grateful to my Shepherd coaches to really be able to teach me all that.
So if you grew up in France, was this might be stereotypical, was soccer your first sport?
Yeah, yeah, soccer was actually my first sport. I actually still watch a lot of soccer.
Who's your
When
team?
France plays, it's just emotional. Like I mean, being from France, everybody loves soccer, so there's no way I can lose the love for that.
Who's your team then?
I like PSG in France, of course,
Yeah,
PSG in
okay.
France.
Yeah,
So no doubt.
and in your Shepherd bio said you ran track in high school as well. What was your best event in track?
My best events in track, I did the 100, I did the shot put and discus, but I just focused on sprinting to get my speed up and the shot put just to be able to just have power. And yeah, those are the main events I did.
Awesome.
That's awesome. You strike me as somebody who's got a lot of confidence in your game, which is very fun to talk to you about because you can tell you put in the preparation and things like that. On the field, are you a guy who I like to ask people, are they more like a silent assassin or are you chirping guys? Like when you're making tackles, getting interceptions, are you talking trash? What's your on-field demeanor?
You know, I actually am a pretty quiet assassin, but it comes to time where I will say something to someone when I make a play. I mean, when you think about football and you play a physical sport and you hit each other all the time, when you make a good play, there's no way you can just walk off and just let it. You got to let him know you're there. But a lot of the times, and to me, this is kind of my mindset. Like it's never enough. So I have to get back up and just get ready for the next play. Um, but my presence is definitely there. Like I let people know I'm there, and I will say one of my celebration, I like to put my fist up when I make tackles, just to let them know I'm there. And after over time, they see that fist is up, and they know who's putting their fist up. It's me every time. So I don't have to talk much. My game speaks for itself, and that's why I talk about my resume a lot and how it's my resume and how I play. Sometimes you don't really got to speak, and your actions speak for themselves. Your work, your art, and that's what I do.
That's awesome. And my last question, I got to know because Shepherd unfortunately wasn't in college football 25. Are you excited to be in college football 26 and be able to go into a video game and put yourself as the starting linebacker and win the Heisman as a linebacker in the video game?
That me and my friend talk about this all the time, and it would actually be awesome to be able to do that. It'd be awesome to be able to do that and represent JMU and my family and myself. And yeah, I can't wait for that. That's gonna be awesome. All my
Awesome.
boys are gonna be playing me, and it's gonna be cool, man.
Awesome.
That's
That's all
awesome.
I got. Benna, you got anything
I'll
else?
fire one more that we do a lot with linebackers or safeties who get a little bit of both. But do you prefer an interception or are you more of a sack TFL guy? Like if you had to pick one that you could get, which one are you taking?
That's a good one. That's a good one. Wow, that's awesome. Let me think about this a little bit. Um, A pick is sweet. I'm not even gonna lie. A pick is sweet, but I will say this. I would rather have a sack. I would rather have a sack because at the end of the day, I mean, rushing the passer is really an art. And a
Yeah.
lot of the times when linebackers get picked, it's not really like in a true man coverage. It's mostly like drop to your zone and you'll get in that little gap or look at the quarterback's eyes and get a pick. But when you get a sack and you set the offensive line with a good move, a jab inside, go back outside, really bend that edge, and you just get to the quarterback and boom, and you just hit him, fumble. It's just a different feeling, man. It's just a different feeling.
That's awesome. JT, thank you so much for taking the time out of your Sunday to chat with us. Good luck in spring ball. Good luck getting there in January, and good luck over the summer and all the preparation that goes into next season.
Thank you so much for having me today. I appreciate it.